y'all doing?
Hey. How y'all doing?
So it's been some time. Yeah, I got some catching up to do. So as I mentioned, I had some things going on that just took me out of commission for like 2 weeks. But, whatever. I'm back. We're here. Let's continue on with Interview with the Vampire, Season 1, Episode 3. Let's fucking go! Is my very nature that of the devil? Great question. This looks familiar.
And here, about the history of this little
Yeah.
square.
Say anything about how they used to take runaway slaves, cut their heads off?
Oh, this is where this is.
I'm only halfway through it.
Wow.
Do you ever think that we, that's to say our kind, were put on Earth for a logical
Mm.
I put you on this earth.
I can already hear the keyboards clacking. Lestat constantly repositioning himself is like I know, in vampire terms, he is his maker, but like, I put you on this earth. I made you. I don't like it.
Your purpose is to enjoy yourself.
This is also something that is very topical for me personally. Wait, am I going to expose myself? But this idea of like one's purpose in life. And I know it's something that like people have always sought an answer to. And there are some people who have this belief that our purpose is similar to Lestat, is just in enjoying ourselves, not necessarily contributing to anything, but just following the whims of your own fancy, and just living a life of, I don't want to say excess, because it doesn't have to even be that, but it's like living a life with minimal regard for others, and that's something, I don't know. I guess I personally just don't vibe with that. But that said, a vampire having that mentality is not surprising.
That can't be all there is. I know you don't believe that.
But I wonder to what extent is like Louis' questioning of this tied to like his religious upbringing, Because I think every, or almost all major religions, there is some statement around purpose.
We can eat animals and be okay. Rats, cats, cattle.
Is okay what you desire, Louis? Shall we walk the night as the gods of easily attainable dreams?
I wonder, should we be more selective?
Hunting is pure instinct. Reason is a set of leg irons.
The ones you admire. The poets, the posers.
I was just gonna bring that up. Okay.
Shouldn't we spare them the randomness of our killing?
Every one of them is capable of abomination, even the ones worthy of admiration.
Try something for me. Want to share?
Want to share? You know what this kind of reminds me of? It's a little bit Death Note. At least early Death Note.
Oh, these stupid people. Everybody's so stupid.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Breaks
Oh.
into tenements and robs them of their meager possessions.
Oh my god. He didn't even look around.
Don't mind the shaking, I've snapped his spine. It's merely his nerves spasming.
He's changing his mind.
Eat! If your reason or his heart fails us.
No, don't eat the cat! Oh, come on. Can they read animal minds? Probably not.
No singer.
Your night had nothing to do with ridding the world of criminals, finding some morality to buoy your existence. You're ashamed of what we are. You're a vampire.
Could you not use the word in my place of business?
I feel like I said this in the last episode, but I do think it's like that Lestat just lacks a bit of patience, and he just wants Louis to fast forward to like the fun, depraved vampire that, he wants him to be, without all of the lingering threads of humanity. But it is interesting, right? Like that's like just thinking about the things that separate human and vampire, or what makes one human. Like comparing Louis and Lestat sort of gives like, I don't know, it gives us a little bit of perspective into like what are like some of the fundamental characteristics of being human that we may not recognize.
This illusion is fronting a dozen businesses up and down Claymore.
I honestly really understand Louis so much in this. Obviously, I'm not a vampire, never been one, but I had a period of time where I was not working. And so truly every day was mine to control, right? I could do almost anything at any point for a very long time. And honestly, having like that amount of free time and freedom actually really distressing, because then it felt like what now?
So,
No, I'm saying
what now?
When you think of like vampires who, you know, has been alive for at least hundreds of years, a couple hundred years, it's like that to the extreme. He doesn't have to answer to anyone, right? He has power, he has authority, he has a lot of money, seems like it. He can quite literally do anything. Just thinking from the perspective of like, you just have hundreds of years to do literally anything that your heart desires. It's like, I don't know, having that amount of power and sort of personal and social freedoms, what are your goals? Like, what are you aiming for? Like, I can see someone becoming so completely aimless and purposeless and like depressed, living that kind of existence. Because I feel like, at least for me, it's like I had to create meaning and had to create purpose in order to feel like life was worth living. I don't know, is that like morbid to say? I signed up for classes just so I could feel like, okay, I'm doing something, I'm learning something new. I'm developing in some way. I explored things that I've always wanted to explore but didn't have the time to. But it's like I had to be intentional about creating like this like framework of goals and commitments and things like that to like kind of keep me going. I just couldn't just exist. Like that just wasn't enough for me. And I'd say maybe the only other like alternative, perhaps, then you can actually create that meaning, at least to a certain extent, through relationships, through connections. So perhaps that's why it was so important for Lestat to find a companion like Louis, because that helps to keep him going. I think another, I guess, alternative is to just not create meaning and just live a life of hedonism. But even then, I feel like at some point that should get old, right? I don't know. Don't tell me he's gonna kill this woman.
I don't want to kill people anymore.
You're going to struggle. I fear for the feline population.
People didn't come here to hear you jabber, Mr. Linecourt.
Well, they didn't come here to hear you play either. Otherwise, you'd be in a concert hall and there'd be fewer prostitutes.
Whoa.
It's being shipped up to Europe.
What's wrong with that man? Oh gosh, not him playing classical music. He brought it back.
He admitted later there was nothing wrong with Jelly Roll's playing. Jelly was gonna leave me high and dry.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, it's not so much the minute details, Louis, rather the total rewrite that's giving me pause here. I mean, 1973.
It was a sow's year out of which nothing fine could be made.
Huh.
2022.
It was a cold winter that year, and Lestat was my cold fire.
Yee. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty significant difference.
Goodbye.
I had never allowed myself to feel emotionally close to anyone. Much
How do you explain that, Louis?
It's the abused-abuser psychological relationship.
Mm.
I'm not a victim.
50 years later, you talk like he was your soulmate.
I will say, I mean, I think I've said this before, but I just feel like me and Daniel are always on the same page in terms of the way that we read this relationship.
Why?
I am in my Buick, staring in the rearview mirror at my daughter in the car seat. My ex-wife reminds me I never owned a Buick. This is the Odyssey of Recollection. Allow me my Odyssey.
Trash. Yeah. I'm sure there's something valuable in those. Oh? That's new. He can just start a fire with his mind. Since when?
Lestat chased an American icon out of town because he loved you.
Also, that is one thing that I didn't get to sort of address it, but so Lestat, again, like sometimes his like outbursts or the things that he does, it seems like, okay, dude, what's your problem? But the ways in which a lot of his actions are sort of directly or indirectly in response to like, or manifestation of, his love for Louis, or his appreciation for Louis.
He and Miss Brown dazzled the waiting Johns. He would do his killing away from me now.
Okay, I like that. I appreciate that.
Brown and back.
Oh, he's actually eating rats.
Under their set and work on another.
Why do I gotta show it? Screaming. Oh my goodness.
Barely had the energy to hold up a book. My libido was not what it had been. I understood the indulgence. I let it happen.
Oh. Oh, so they have a whole thing going on.
We had a good run, but I did it for Louis. I do everything for Louis.
Yeah, I heard that about you too.
Oh?
Oh, come now. Why don't play?
I'll answer with a question. Are there 2 beds upstairs or 1?
You want to find out?
No one goes upstairs, Miss Brown.
Well, there's my answer.
Right.
What do you imagine confines us to a single note? Why not a chord? Why not a cluster?
Ooh.
Blouse is soaked in champagne. Bad, daddy.
I'm hungry. Think I'm gonna get something to eat. Enjoy yourselves. What's the purpose of living?
Oh.
Said why when he's hungry.
In front of him is kind of crazy, though. I have to say. That's a bit much. Even if he's, like, understanding, it's a bit, like, ugh. That's interesting. That's something that kind of crossed my mind as well. I was like, the way that they're hanging out with each other, living together, all these things, like, people are gonna figure it out. So he's weak because he's only drinking animal blood.
Should burn quick.
See for yourself.
Oh, did he knock her out?
A dentist from Tallahassee.
Oh.
There's a dentistry convention.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was the singer. Jesus.
So you didn't kill her?
No. She has talents.
Are not enough?
So you... Oh! Oh my goodness. It's just so humorous, you know? These, like, immortal beings with, like, superpowers who literally have to, like, kill and drink blood to survive are still, you know, still dealing with the same challenges of, like, romantic relationships as the rest of us, you know? It's just so, it's so humorous. The aren't I enough? Oh, Louis. Oh. Something else, though, is that it is funny that, you know, Lestat does try to talk this big game about, oh, all humans are beneath us, like, whatever. It's like he, for sure, has, like, a definite, it's like fondness for, but also, like, respect for people who are talented. In a way, it's like he does recognize value in humans. They're just particular to, like, his own tastes, I guess. Oh my gosh! Wait, that's a horrible reaction. It is funny. Oh no! Oh no!
Louis, you have some squirrel on you.
No.
Oh my gosh.
For the 10,000 nights, 100,000, anything that wards off the dullness of the everlasting road we walk.
I can smell her on you.
Oh my gosh.
I like a little variety.
Listen, y'all are gonna be together, like he said, for like forever. Ethical non-monogamy, I feel like, is the only option. Goodness, how silly. This is so funny. Also, I think Lestat, again, in a lot of ways, shows how he does, you know, sort of love and respect Louis, where he, like, may give him shit about things, but he was like, you know what? All right, if you don't want to kill people, that's fine. I'll still kill people, but I'll kill them away from you. You know, we'll set up something to where rats or cats or whatever the fuck gets delivered, and you can, you know, eat whatever you want to eat. I'm not going to judge, and I'm not going to impose my diet on you if that's something you don't believe. So I appreciate that about him. That laugh was so crazy.
We're communicating better now.
What if she sees?
So I can fuck whoever I want.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Oh,
Of course.
okay, wait. I believed him the first time, and with every subsequent repeat, I'm like, wait, hold on. I think I don't believe you. This is gonna be a problem.
The very men who signed the ordinance in the
We're
law
there.
were some of my
Exactly.
best clients.
It's the hypocrisy.
Criminal
Yeah.
man who had outpaced his fair-skinned competitors.
No security guard on the doors. That's a woman counter's coin.
I'm the only security this place needs.
Oh.
Writing another ordinance. You know that, don't you?
Oh, wait. So he's involved in writing the ordinance? Okay. All right. So this feels a bit pointed. Also, I don't know if that was foreshadowing, but I feel like probably someone's gonna try to send people to rob this place, considering Louis has admitted to not owning security or not having security.
You think you're printing money here? Just hate pennies compared to what the builders brought the city.
Yeah, I feel like that guy with the mustache, I don't know his name, he has some resentment against Louis for sure.
Maybe he's still sideways because I turned down his 15%.
Right.
I'll admit, I prefer the days you let us win on occasion. Days of deference.
Ew. Hate that. Also, it goes to show that that he at the very least recognized that. In sort of a society based on like hierarchy and like superiority, I think there's like recognize and understand that their place it's like built on lies. You know what I mean? It's actually a scene from Succession where Mattson said that he like had a conversation with Zuckerberg or whatever about some period in Roman history and how the Roman Senate basically decided not to have the slaves wear clothes that distinguish them from normal citizens, because if they did, they would have basically like a visual indicator for like how much power they actually have to essentially, because they outnumber their masters or whatever. And so in a similar vein, it's like they have to not all of them believe the lie that they're inherently superior. A lot of them at least subconsciously recognize that the consistency of their superiority is contingent on the kind of psychological belief of the inferiors believing that they're inferior. You know what I mean? And believing that they are the ones who have the power. Hopefully that makes like any kind of sense. But I just thought it was like shocking that he was just like, oh, I just miss when you were like deferential to us and like you didn't really have any power and authority and you felt like you had to fucking kiss our feet and whatever. Like that's such a disgusting thing to admit.
Holy Lord.
Oh, is that?
The point du lac.
Oh, is he gonna be jealous?
Where you been, Jonah?
Philadelphia for a spell, hotel work.
You know who he sounds like? Keith David. Am I tripping? Or does he kind of sound like Keith David?
Way to rise through the ranks.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping.
Look like you already rose up. About a fair amount.
Oh my gosh. No. Let's not play. Let's not play these games. Oh no. Oh, Jonah. You're in danger, girl.
Old days?
When we were kids, the old days? What were they doing in the old days? Yeah. No, this is gonna be a problem. Oh, if that's what this like episode is centered around, this is so funny. This is so funny. Oh.
How long you here for?
Yikes.
Couple nights.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Jonah, I'm scared. So is this gonna turn into one of those like, oh, I can fuck around, but you can't fuck around because you're mine. Like, you know, kind of possessiveness. Oh, this is too much. I can't handle it.
Been blessed. It ain't your day since I seen you last.
Ooh.
That's the moonlight line is all.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Most of why I signed up is I kept hearing something about something they call European sensibilities. Okay, that's what you look like. Who you looking at?
Oh. Who you looking at?
Yeah, I got someone.
Ah.
Not a woman.
Ah.
But we kind of have this.
Agreement. Oh my goodness. This is crazy.
And drive out to the bayou. Got agreement?
I mean, like, come on. We knew where this was going. Y'all knew. I don't know. I'm screaming. Louis, please don't kill. Not Louis. Lestat, please don't kill this man. I'm scared. Okay, but like, put your clothes in the car or something. This outfit's like too. Oh no! But is he gonna feel like he's gonna want to drink his blood? Ah! Ah! I don't know. I'm screaming. Yeah, get the heartbeat out of your head. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Wait, what happens when you drink your own blood?
Hello?
Hello.
How's your night?
Fine. Yours?
Fine.
I just can't beat to the tension.
An old love.
We had a few early fumbles. He was 16. I was older.
How much older?
I was Antoinette.
Tedious. Like I seen with you.
Wait,
The mud on his boots could
Yeah.
have anywhere.
so he was watching.
Raining that night?
Interesting. Oh yeah, he's there. But you would think he would have sensed him.
Yeah, I got some.
Wow. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't remember now.
The Odyssey of Recollection.
Right. Another day, another set of technical difficulties interrupting my reaction. So, let's continue. Oh yeah, there's mud on his boots, which means he was there.
Many streets in New Orleans weren't paved at the time.
Him trying to find excuses.
Raining that night?
This is so interesting. I like how they did that.
The Odyssey of Recollection.
Yeah. So good. Sort of the whole idea around like false memories, or like, I like that they're calling into question the accuracy of Louis' retelling of these stories. And so it does call into question, like, how much can we trust his recounting of all of these events, but also like the character of Lestat. Like, I think it was interesting in the first part of the episode when Daniel played some of Louis' recordings from like the original interview, and it just felt like he was singing a completely different tune. So this idea of the way that we remember the past and the way that we even just like understand the past can evolve over time, right? There are no hard truths when we're talking about history. So especially when it comes to something as complex as like a relationship with another person, like those are things that can very easily bend and shift depending on one's current assessment of the relationship, right? Like you see it all the time where, you know, a couple or someone will describe like their ex in a way that just feels so kind of diametrically opposed to how they described them when they were within the relationship. It's just, you know, sort of that evolution and how time can have an impact on that memory as well is so fascinating. Oh.
6 months and you just show up.
Right.
You're not welcome in this home.
Oh, wow.
What's going on out here?
Go back inside, son.
Son? Oh, no.
Lou,
Came here to see
afraid
of you.
get
That's
the
why
girls.
you didn't get invited.
Oh! Oh.
There.
Oh.
There he is.
I don't know. I still view this as a tragedy. I know there are some people who kind of mentioned like or shared like their framing of his relationship with his family as one of like obligation and kind of minimize the like familial love, I guess, there. But I don't know. I mean, I think ultimately they still want us to read that scene as tragic. Oh. What the? Why? What is this? Yeah, like what?
Why, that we could have an orgy, you can fuck them and I can eat them. What?
Oh. Temporary closure. Wait, why?
Get him out of here.
Well, now that I know you have a type, I thought you'd be pleased.
Listen.
Oh. 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 Wait, I don't think I realized he had this kind of power. Like, I knew he can have kind of a hold on people and like kind of freeze them, but I didn't know he can just like instruct them to like, you know, do his bidding. That's kind of scary.
Can I say? I'm a lot. I'm not perfect.
I knew you were there.
Yeah, of course.
Jealous?
Yes, I don't like sharing.
He did me some face and I drove him home. I heard your heart stamping and I watched you pull over and drain a dog. This is not a life. That's because you took my life.
Ooh.
Nothing. I lost everything. I lost my brother. I lost my family. About to lose the last fucking thing I care about.
Ooh. Whoa, that was a lot. It's so... I think I mentioned this when I was watching the first half of the episode. It is so interesting how powerful these forces of like jealousy and possessiveness and all these things exists, whether you're young adult human or a multi-centuries old vampire, that those forces are still so strong no matter sort of what type of kind of a power and life experience that one has. You know, it still is something that's just so impactful. It is also interesting though that like, I wonder why Louis said to Daniel, oh, maybe it was raining, I don't know, about the boots, when later on, I mean, Lestat basically admits that he was there watching them. Yeah, I heard your heart's dancing. Ugh. I mean, that's something those are things that I hear about people, like how they categorize extramarital sort of engagements differently depending on, you know, if it's just purely sort of a carnal desire versus something there's a bit more kind of there's a more emotional depth to a relationship. Like they view the former as like, whatever, it's nothing, and the latter as like sort of the ultimate kind of betrayal. It's interesting that, you know, Lestat feels the same here. But I do think this blow up is like kind of a long time coming, right? Like, I don't think Louis has, until this point, really explicitly shared with Lestat that he feels as though his life has been taken away from him and all the things that he cares about, his, you know, like you said, his brother, his family, and now his business. Like, those are the things that really center him. Those are the things that really ground him, even with, you know, his newfound vampireness. And he's essentially lost all of those things. And so it makes sense that it's sort of trudging up these old feelings, and sort of coming to this to this breaking point. That's the other part I forgot to mention. But him also saying like, you know, I'm watching you go and like eat dogs and eat rats, and he's just like, he's still so like, even though he's trying his best not to, at least, I won't say pass judgment, but at least express his judgment to Louis about these things. And he's like, oh, you know, like, just, oh, I'm gonna kill people, but, you know, outside of your view, so it doesn't like impact you or whatever, since I know that you don't like it. He's still like, this is beneath you. Like, this is no way for you to live. And so again, it's still this same dance of like Louis still really struggling as he attempts to hang on to parts of his humanity, and Lestat losing patience for that.
Finn O'Shea, a man who used to work for me, got a dirty house across the street. City ain't shut off his lights.
Finn O'Shea serves sandwiches at his bar that makes him a supper club.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to persuade the city council.
Sure you did. Uh-oh. What's he gonna do?
You sell me the Azalea because you knew this day was coming.
Oh, so was their plan from the beginning. And it's sad because, like, at least between the two, Tom is the one who seemed a bit more decent, but those are the sneaky ones.
We're all in this together, Mr. Dulau. I'll be happy to buy the property back from you. Say,
I see. For a cheaper price, huh?
cents on the dollar.
Oh, disgusting. 15 cents on the dollar. Is that like a callback to the like 15% that he wanted him? That's so fucked.
Am I from the devil?
Sort of.
Is my very nature that of the devil?
Episode title.
This state I was in.
Oh.
Put up a
Oh
sign like
no.
that. They're inviting chaos.
Oh no. Damn.
And in neglect, my thirst grew hotter.
Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna snap.
Rats, cats, dogs would no longer suffice.
Yeah.
Take a black man in America. Make him a vampire. Fuck with that vampire and see what comes of it.
That's just sort of like a very succinct description of what this show is or has been so far. It's interesting to see this and how it plays out, and how things like government and the legal system and, you know, the police force and like all these different institutions are wielded as weapons against Louis and just sort of Black people in general, as a way to sort of kind of beat them back into submission in a lot of ways. It's interesting to see that this is what I assume is going to make him break his sobriety of sorts and probably just go on a fucking rampage, which I'm here for it. Yeah, you're finished, my guy. If he's gonna turn around and Louis is gonna be there. I love that effect. Yes!
You're here to threaten me, I suppose.
You think I have a vendetta against you?
I mean, you do.
Against your race?
You do.
Storyville is a sinking ship.
And naturally, you are the first to drown.
Naturally.
You're arrogant. You haven't accepted your place.
Uppity. Yep. That's the central issue.
Weird going
Hail lover.
Sodomite townhouse won't change
Wow.
the fact.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's over for you.
Why's your heart beating so fast?
Oh my god. Okay, wait. I think I said this last time. I honestly can't remember. But it's just the idea of like a lot of this posturing is like built on this like foundation of fear. And so it's interesting that he's like, I'm above you. You're beneath me. And you need to remember that. Ha ha ha. But underneath he's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, this just is a continued like evidence of that fact.
You're thinking about your wife.
Ooh. Actually, sorry. The whole ability to read people's mind is like the psychological warfare that you can like conduct is pretty crazy. He shot him on the shoulder. I'll let you reload. Hands shaking. Ooh.
Arrogant! Maybe I am
that's a lot. Oh my God. Oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be bad. God. Ugh. As like cathartic as I'm sure that was, this is not the time period. Honestly, there is no time period where I guess this would really work out, but even, you know, probably more so. Oh yeah, because I feel like during this time, the just like itch for like for race riots was so intense that like any excuse that anyone could find to just like burn black businesses or black churches or kill black people in the streets, you know, whether it's looking at someone the wrong way or crossing someone when they feel as though you should walk behind them, or you know what I mean, or just being successful, being a black person and having money, all of those things were grounds for sort of social torment and attack. And so yeah, unfortunately this is sort of the expected outcome. Where do we go from here?
I must confess, I'm very proud of you, Louis.
I didn't do it for me. I did it for my city, my people.
My people.
Torturous death was for your people.
Yeah, like, okay, let's be honest.
Maybe you saw it coming and didn't stop me. Maybe you went quiet on purpose.
Oh.
You did what you did because it gave you pleasure.
Oh, he just like let it ride out. Cause he knew that it'll come through eventually.
Make this our anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Out there, that's on me.
Yeah, it's chaos.
That's why you and me ain't ever gonna work.
What?
That's why you're always gonna be alone.
Oh! Whoa.
I ran from the quarter that night.
Oh, this is so bad.
Stumbled through the streets like an irrational child.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you know, he's saying he did this for his people, but in a way he just put a target on their backs.
Unaware that it was I
Yeah.
who brought this retribution.
Yeah.
It was I.
What about his family? Are they okay? Oh, this is so... Oh, gosh. This is like the worst nightmare.
A rooming house. Now a fire trap.
Oh, be careful with the fire, though.
I could not save Storyville. I could save her.
Oh, is this where he's gonna find, like, the little girl?
My Claudia.
Claudia.
My redemption.
Oh, wow. Oh, because I remembered Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, like, I was wondering, I was like, I remember she played a part, like her character, like I guess Claudia played a part, but I forgot how or when that happened. I was like, okay, maybe that's like more of a season 2 thing. But Claudia, okay, holy heck, what an episode, man. Honestly, I had a lot to say during the episode, and so I don't know if there's much to even say now. I feel like I already sort of shared a lot of thoughts during the episode. I kind of want to, you know, delay this video any longer because I have a lot of editing to do. I have a lot of catching up to do. So I actually think I might skip the end discussion. Is that bad? Hopefully people aren't upset. Yeah, this was an insane, pretty insane episode. Massive roller coaster from, you know, the beginning where Louis is like, hey, I don't want to kill people. He's trying to live this alternative vampire lifestyle, but at the same time he's, you know, coming into experiencing a lot of challenges with the sort of 2 remaining areas of his life that he really cares about, his family and his business. I don't know, I feel like I'm giving a recap. y'all watch the episode. Y'all watch the reaction. So really, I think everything I have to say is just like, I'm so intrigued to see what sort of the dynamic between Louis and Lestat like will be now with the introduction of Claudia, like this new character, because we've already established the jealousy that already exists within their relationship. And so, you know, what would like a child who, you know, earns Louis' like affections, like what complications will that introduce into their relationship? So very much excited to see that. But I guess a final thought that I had actually watching this final scene was like, again, I feel like I keep asking this, but I'm like, wow, like what? Like this is just so, like a lot of the statements being made around this, like you know, sort of like race during this time, it's just so powerful. And it's just still so shocking to me that that whole element of this story was just not part of the original narrative, because it's just like, I think those are the things that, at least for me, like hit the hardest and are the like strongest narratively, because it really touches on, and it really taps into like a lot of sort of realities of history, but also of present. And I've heard that echoed in the comments, as well as like, you know, from friends or other people who are more familiar with the books, as well as fans of the show. They say that this element like really enriched the story beyond even what, you know, kind of Anne Rice originally wrote. And so areas like this during that time and the decades following even were really like rife with like constant like simmering of kind of like racialized tensions, social tensions that boiled over in sort of moments like this. And so it's just sad that Louis's actions, although he feels kind of morally justified and tries to justify it by saying like, no, this statement is for his people, in a lot of ways he actually, you know, signed multiple people's death warrants that night through his actions, which, as much as he tries to claim, I think were really more selfish and a bit more and very much short-sighted. But I think actually it was an interesting reveal. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sign off, and then talks for 10 more minutes. But I also thought it was an interesting reveal of like kind of Lestat was just like biding his time, just like waiting, because he knew that this side of Louis would come out eventually. Because I was, in a way, like I was praising him this episode of like, you know what? He's being very considerate. And I just like, that's really refreshing. But in a lot of ways, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, yeah, eat your little rodents and have fun with your little club. This all will not last, and I'll just, you know, be sitting here waiting for when it does, so then we can really have fun. So that reveal was actually sort of nice as well, or not nice, but like, you know, interesting as well. So yeah, what comes next? That whole last point though, I didn't get to talk about it, where Louis is like, "This is why you'll always be alone," and then he leaves. I don't know. How do you come back from that? Like, what will be? I don't know. Because it seems sort of like Louis is making a statement of like, this is over. Like, this is not going to work. And essentially ending their relationship. So, I mean, we know it's not over. So how do they reconnect? How do they mend sort of what was just broken here? Not sure, but excited to find out. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to continue on this journey of exploring the world of Interview with the Vampire with me, make sure to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.